Hello, my name's DJ, and I'm building a better PC case. In this build log, I'm going to cover where I've gotten so far with the case, what challenges I've incurred, and also what's left to do, because a case as a platform, or CaaP in this case, is something that will ultimately continue to evolve, but I want to reach a point where I can release it to you. First, I want to address the timing of this build log. My apologies for it being so late. Life has been hectic lately, and I think I said bi-weekly updates. Weekly or bi-weekly as best I can. I definitely meant monthly updates. Where is the case? I'm curious as well. So currently we have Eon Alpha or Eon Beta. I have not decided on the name yet. And it is coming along pretty darn well. In general, I've figured out how to cut up the multi-boards around the sides. I've designed my own custom external outside mounting bits. I am using the predefined and provided screws from Jonathan and Keep Making. And to that regard, this case is coming along pretty well. Some interesting items that have been completed so far. One is the motherboard tray. This actually turned out to be really tricky to get the hole placements lined up so they match the grid and match the back without getting into the grid. But it is in there now and works very well. The second part that I worked through is the power supply mounting. Same concept, pins into the multi-board, fits a SFXL or SFX power supply currently, though I'm willing to bet you could reuse these mount standoffs down here to put in an ATX power supply, though the case is a little small in its current rendition to fit that. The third thing that I worked on is rigidity. So this is made out of plastic, obviously. It moves a little bit, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do anything with it. The thought is, theoretically, you should be able to print this whole case on a printer that can only do about 180 millimeters square and only, shoot, what is that, 20 millimeters high? You don't need a big printer to print this case when I'm done with it. So I've made good progress, but what's left to do? For me, it's gonna be PCIe bracket because it needs to be supported not just from the motherboard. That's really dangerous. And two is power cable connections, basically. I need to have a spot here to put a C13 cable in to then run it into the power supply. But outside of that, I'm getting pretty close to being able to move my current computer, which is behind me, into this case. I'm kind of getting excited, but I will say, for those who remember in my last video how I criticized screws, I think I just have a problem because this also has a lot of screws, but they're 3D printed and you can put screws in these screws. Screwception. So, as you can see, this PC case has made tremendous progress over the last month. It now is enclosed, as much as a box with holes in it can be. And I have just a few more things to work on to make this a minimal viable release. My Rev 1, you might say. In that vein, when I do reach that point, I will be releasing the files to my Patreon, and also be looking for people such as yourself to help me test out the printing and the PC component performance of this case out in the wild. So if you want to be part of that, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date. If you want to see more weekly updates, please check out Patreon. And also let me know in the comments of this video, what's some other components you want to see added to this? I already have on the list 120 millimeter fans and 240 millimeter radiators. But what else should I do? Like a 360? 4-slot graphics cards? 1,000-watt ATX power supplies? I don't know. There's a lot of things to do. But until next time, keep melting that plastic. But until next time, don't try this at home. No, I want you to try it at home. See you in the next one.